Welcome to the 4205 cast. The Kings are coming at you live, but you'll hear us on tape delay. Today I have with me Joe and Chris. I'll say it for you.
I wasn't going to say anything this time.
Yeah.
And I'm Andre.
Yeah. It was going to be silence, I guess, if you didn't do that, because I wasn't going to say it.
Good. Yeah.
So we don't
I'm
botch
back.
it again?
I'm
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
I feel like taking this thing back over.
That's nice.
That's good.
I see Theo let it go wild before.
Yeah,
He
it drove him into hibernation.
Yeah.
Uncontrollable. Now he can't even wake up.
Nope.
Why is my Steam notification flashing?
Oh, like my
I'd like
Steam.
to restart.
It's Steam updated twice. Get ready to do that a second time.
We'll just minimize that.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not going to do it now.
Right.
All right.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, Dre. How are you?
I've been having some adventures.
Yeah. Adventures in childcare?
Adventures in childcare, adventures in
And babysitting?
life, existing, becoming old. Oh,
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
All the fun
Becoming.
stuff.
Becoming. Not there yet. Becoming.
No, well, I mean, like, as much as I like to pretend that I'm a crotchety old man, I'm not even 40 yet.
Yeah.
But my body is starting to feel like I am.
I hear that.
So,
It's mostly neglect on my part, but I can't speak for you.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
it is.
I mean,
It
like,
happens.
I have certain conditions that prevent me from like being as active as I would actually like to be. So, anyway, whatever.
And you have a
that's
little
that.
small human to care for.
Nobody came here to hear that.
I don't know. Some of them might. Some of them care about what we do,
No,
I think.
nobody cares about me.
People care about us.
They do.
Yeah, you guys.
Tom Holland cares about Chris.
He does.
That's why he's there kneeling in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much of a kneel, so much it is,
That's definitely a kneel.
I don't know. Is Captain Morgan kneeling on the bottle of rum? Is that?
I mean, I guess if I changed his foot a little bit more, yeah. It looks like he's doing a combination of the two.
Oh, yeah, he is.
His
He is.
knee
Yeah,
on the-
he is kneeling. Look at that.
He's taking the knee.
Yeah,
He's taking the knee.
I didn't see the. I didn't see the knee going. I didn't see the foot going back there. I only saw like the leg going down a little further. Okay.
I like to
Trying to
envision.
run out the clock.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to envision that he just kind of got undusted and was very confused, with the typical Tom Holland face on.
This is post not feeling so good.
Exactly. This is feeling pretty good. A lot better.
Do we start on a downer?
Yeah, I guess since we
Start on that
just
downer.
marveled it up there.
Yeah, since you mentioned the movie, yeah.
So obviously we're a video game podcast, but we've had a few Marvel-based episodes from the cinematic universe. So we would be remiss to not mention the recent death that has happened. Chris, I feel like you're probably more versed to speak on it than I am.
So Chadwick Boseman passed away at the age of 42, not 43. Some places were kind of misreporting that a little bit.
Young.
Birthdays in November.
Yeah.
Point
Young.
is,
Yeah.
he died way too fucking young from was it stage 3 or stage 4 colon cancer.
Yep.
He kept it a secret, and he was diagnosed about 4 years ago. So that means essentially right after Civil War,
Yeah.
he was diagnosed, or it probably happened maybe even during, for all we know. And that means he was Black Panther through the movie Black Panther and Infinity War and Endgame, while essentially dying from colon cancer and maintaining public appearances and doing all the Make-A-Wish stuff and meeting with the fans and doing all the things that you do as part of the Marvel media circus, especially considering that, let's face it, he was going to be a huge part of, because Black Panther made all the money. And it's really, really heart-wrenching. I found this news of this happened last night, and
Out of nowhere.
yeah, out of nowhere, and it was like a fucking gut punch, man. Like, it's fuck cancer, fuck 2020. Like,
Yeah.
it's really fucking sad.
Yeah, this is like
It bummed me out.
I know I've spoken about this before. I think I talked about it on the Spoilercast episode. Like the the short little story about Black Panther and Chadwick Boseman while we were seeing Infinity War in theaters.
That was the best.
Like, okay, so spoilers for this 2-year-old movie?
Yes.
Yeah, so when Black Panther is reaching down to, is it Okoye?
Okoye.
When he's reaching down to Okoye in the field, right? After Thanos snaps, there's no place to die. He reaches out his hand, and then he fades away, turns to dust. Black Panther is still fresh in everybody's mind.
It came out just a few months before this.
It is a cultural phenomenon at this point. Black Panther is all over the news, all over the media. Everybody loves him, and he dies in the next movie he's in.
Yeah, and
I will never forget, as long as I live, the rush of wind I felt from the collective gasp I heard in the audience. That
literally nobody thought that would have happened.
Like,
anybody else was on the table, and Black Panther would be like, no way.
Like, you go, Okoye is there. It would have been so easy just to be like, yep, Okoye is gone.
Yeah.
There's no place to die, and she's gone.
Mm-hmm. And they flip it on you.
No, they flip it. And
now,
great piece of movie.
Yeah,
incredible.
It was great.
Yeah,
it was fantastic.
I will never forget. That's like in my top 5 Marvel movie moments. Just for the
shock value.
Just for that shock of like everybody is like.
The thing about this is, not only is it a comic book movie, but we knew we were getting more Avengers, so we knew he'd be back in some fashion. But you see that in the realization, it's like, oh, he's not going to be part of the rescue attempt for the next one. Yeah,
exactly.
That's what got me the biggest. They're like,
I couldn't believe it.
You're not going to feature him heavily in your next film.
That's
right.
And it's kind of cool.
And then it turned out it was okay in the next movie anyway.
But, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But man, that was crazy. I also, I don't really care what anybody says to me. I've been a firm believer that representation matters in media. It does. At the end of the day.
He was also Jackie Robinson, and that's Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson is like the poster child for representation in things.
Exactly.
And he was he was also Thurgood Marshall. So this guy's played a lot of important black firsts.
Yeah. And the sad irony of him dying on Jack Kirby's birthday of all days, one
at
of the
same
creators,
age as the number of Jackie.
Yeah,
Robinson.
of Jackie Robinson.
It's just
on Jackie Robinson Day as well.
And it was
oh my god, it's just heart wrenching because I don't know the guy personally. Obviously, I never met him, but his presence was really strong, and you think about what that character meant to these kids growing up with Black Panther as the hypest shit ever.
Yep.
Right? And I will never forget walking out of Black Panther and going down on the escalator, right? And I saw his little brother and his little sister do the fucking pound to the fucking Wakanda salute, like what him and Shuri did in the movie. And I was just like, and that's why this movie's is important.
That Wakanda
right
salute is 2018.
Yes, absolutely.
I thought that would replace the fist bump for that year.
Yeah,
it kind of did.
It did. It did. You did pound to the Wakanda salute. Yeah. It was perfect. Mm-hmm. And watching little kids do that coming out of the theater, I was like, it just made me so fucking happy, man. I was like, that was my favorite moment of that movie was afterward and seeing that, and I was like, fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah, we lost a very talented actor.
Jesus.
And a cultural icon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's been active for 12 years. So it's not like, it's not like we've seen him forever.
Yeah.
He's a pretty fresh face on the scene.
Yeah.
And he really didn't even get his notoriety until 42.
Yeah.
He was
that was his mega breakout was 42.
Yeah.
So really we've only had the chance to absorb him for 7 or so years.
Yeah.
And I think he's left quite the impact.
Yeah.
He got me to watch a movie in a theater 3 times.
Yeah, which you don't do.
Yeah.
I barely will watch anything in a theater once.
I've never seen Dre buy a Blu-ray faster than Black Panther.
There's only one Blu-ray that I bought as fast as
Scott
Black
Pilgrim.
Panther, and that was Scott Pilgrim.
Yep.
And that has more meaning to me than almost anything else.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Personal.
Yes. Very personal, good memories and meaning to me. All right. Well, that sucks.
Yeah. Rest in power.
Yeah. But let's see if we can talk about some video games.
Absolutely.
Please don't ask me to talk about video games.
It's kind of what we do, Joe.
No.
Oh no.
No.
What are you, Wario?
All right, fine. Chris, go ahead and start.
All right.
You heard a lot of your voice already to start, so let's just keep it going.
Sure.
Let's get you that sore throat.
Don't worry, I'll interrupt as often as I think is necessary.
Yeah, as per usual. I would expect no less from you, Joseph. So, I think did I mention 2 weeks ago I beat Undertale? I finished it.
I think we mentioned you were in the middle of your milquetoast playthrough.
Right, I finished it. And I got the neutral run finished, and then the true pacifist run right afterward.
Okay.
I get it now. I'm in. I am Undertale trash now. I fucking watch fan animations. I listen to the remixes.
Just don't beat up people on the internet.
No, I'm not gonna. No, I don't take it that far. But like, as far as like, kind of complete Undertale trash now, I buy it and I'm in. This game fucking got me, man. If like, there's this.
I told you it was a good game.
Yo, it isn't just good. I think it is incredible. I think it is some of the best writing I have ever seen in a video game. I was not ready for the amount of love that I fell in love with this game over. Like, it really like blindsided me, and I downloaded Deltarune immediately. I haven't touched it yet. It is sitting on the Switch.
Oh yeah, Deltarune is the next game from those guys.
Deltarune's chapter of the demo, the chapter 1, has been out for a while, and I will be playing that very shortly. But man,
what is it that did it? Was the pacifist run that got you there?
The pacifist run and what happens as a result of everything, and once you find out who the king is, and as a result who the queen is, and I mean, you can kind of put it together by the time you get to the castle. By the way the castle is set up, you can kind of figure things out. And then there's an additional dungeon that you do after you beat the game. Okay, the neutral run. There's an additional dungeon you do to complete a full pacifist run, in which you go back and you hang out with what's her name? The scientist girl. I'm the dinosaur girl. I'm blanking on her name at the moment, but like it.
Asgore?
Not Asgore. Alphys. Yeah, when you go back and hang out.
Start with
Alphys, yeah, Asgore's the king. Like, so after you do that dungeon, and that dungeon really kind of fills in a lot of the blanks for the story, and you kind of see the big picture of everything that's already happened, and the way that story is trickled out to you while you were building relationships with the world is incredible. Like, it feels natural. Like, it doesn't feel manipulative. Like, they got me. I couldn't fucking believe they got me. I not to say that I'm a cynical asshole, but like, I definitely went into Undertale and like, okay, how hype? Like, really, this game? Really? I played the first couple dungeons. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cute. I can kind of see the appeal, you know? And like, as time went on, I'm like, oh fuck, it's really something special. Like, when when you get to the true final boss, and there's an interaction with them during and after, and it is genuinely fucking incredible. I completely understand why this game changed a lot of people the way it did. Like, it makes all the sense in the world to me. And I'm like, okay, now I really fucking see it. I thought I saw it before. Like, no, now I really fucking see it. And but I don't know if you'll like it. I feel like there's a chance you might.
I mean, I've already been spoiled on it. It's a
shame because, man, when you experience that story as you go through, like it the way you get the information it's something about the way it's parsec to you and the way you discover everything.
Right.
Like,
Well,
it hits you in the best way.
Well, I actively sought it out because it's not something I would ever have touched. On my own.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'm happy I never spoiled it for myself, though. I never did.
I liked Earthbound, and that style of the game is kind of cool. But like, I look at Undertale, I'm like, I'm not gonna play this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play this, and everyone was talking about it, telling me it's a great game. I'm like, all right, let me see this, and I went through it. I'm like, yeah, okay, this story's cute.
Yeah,
it's really cute, and it's well told, and the characters are what the game is.
Oh my god, absolutely.
There's nothing there. It's a really simple looking art style, and it's simple, and a very simple looking game. But like,
the aesthetic never lured me in. No, never.
But the game is held together entirely by the characters it's created.
Yeah, the characters and how they interact with the world and you.
Yeah.
Like, it really is some of the best video game writing I have ever seen. Like, it
Wait
really...
until you do Genocide.
I'm going to create a separate profile for that, because I don't want...
I
might not do it, honestly.
I did tell you to do it first.
You did. I should listen to you. But, like, I might not even play it. I might just watch it, because I don't know if I can, man. Like, I can't kill Papyrus.
Yeah, of course you can. Don't worry about it.
I fucking love Papyrus. I don't want to fight Sans. I know he's the hardest boss in the game.
You need to do that fight.
I know I need to do that fight. I know. It's one of those things where, like, I will probably do it at some point.
Especially, you have to do that fight.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm gonna complain the entire time, but I'm gonna do it. But
you become this like remorseless monster killer.
Yeah.
In that, and Sans is like, nah, man, you're not good enough to fight.
You gotta go.
Everything else just crumbles beneath you just by looking at you.
Yeah, and Sans just fucks you up. But yeah, I completely get it now. I'm all in. I'm fucking all in, and I love it. And I do understand why a lot of people think this is one of the greatest games ever made, because like I really think the writing is that strong, and the nature of the gameplay of like, especially like associated with how the pacifist run works, like with you essentially just dodging everything and talking people down, like kind of fits perfectly with the narrative that they went for, and it's fucking brilliant.
Like, I can see that, like, you're not taking an active role in the killing of anything, so that like the gameplay kind of unintentionally, maybe probably intentionally, but like
definitely it's 100.
It eases you towards doing things in a pacifist kind of way.
Yes, yeah, it does.
Because there's at no point are you really doing any attacking in the gameplay at all. It's just,
no, you're not. Like, I mean,
move this thing here.
Well, the attacking, there is rhythm-based slashing with some of the attacks, which I learned when I guess I'm going to say spoilers for the first time you get to the end of the game, in which you have to do the neutral ending. You don't have a choice, really. Asgore takes away your mercy option, and you have to actually fight him. And this is the first time I had fought him. And mind you, I'm level 1. And I think the first time I fought him, I didn't even have an item equipped. I was like, fuck. So I had to, like, after I lost, I had to, like, re-equip shit. And, yeah, that fight with Asgore was really amazing. And, oh, God. Yeah, I fucking get it now, man. If I would encourage literally anyone to play this game. Even if you don't even like video games, you should play this game. I'm serious.
I think people who don't like video games would like this more than people who do.
And I think it would create video game fans. And in a way that is very very hard to do sometimes.
You say that, but I don't want to live in the world where everything is trying to be Undertale.
If the writing is always that good, I don't know, man.
And
like,
didn't do it for me.
Not everything is tried to be Undertale, though.
No.
So I don't think there's a fear of that.
No, but good writing should not make a video game in its entirety.
No, it's not the only thing that's good about the game, though. Like, I think that game is still a complete package.
It's an RPG.
Yeah.
So good writing is important.
Good writing is super important. Because, man, like, that's one of the worst things in the world. when the writing's bad.
For an RPG, it's the most important part.
Yeah.
You need if you're not invested in the world, the game is just gonna fall flat.
Yeah, you don't give a fuck.
The other side, the other side of that
many
is
RPGs that I would play if the story was bad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to actively think of an RPG I enjoyed a bad story.
I can't think of one.
Grandia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Grandia, yeah.
Yeah, Grandia 1 is the only RPG I enjoyed with bad story.
Yeah. The gameplay is really good in that game, though.
Yes. The gameplay is top-notch.
Grandia is amazing.
In the entire series.
Yeah. So, like, I honestly, as someone, this is a thing that could bring someone in, man. And I think that's a difficult thing to do. And I think Undertale is one of those games that's like somebody didn't play video games. I'm like, hey, I think you should play this game. And I think
there are a ton of games like that out there though, like the entry level video game stuff.
Yeah. But Joe, see, this is the thing. This showcases a lot of what I love about role playing games.
Mm-hmm.
Like most of what I love about RPGs is right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it would be a way. Like I could see it as someone being like, oh, this is why people play games.
Yeah.
You know, like I really feel like Undertale is on that kind of level, personally. So, is it the only one? Of course not. But like, I'm not saying it is, but it's one of them. It's one of those things that like somebody who, like, if they had a specific kind of taste, like it would be something I would throw at them. Like, yo, check this game out. I think you'll love it. Like, really? I'm like, trust me. So that was Undertale. And not started Genocide Run or Deltarune yet, and I am currently. I have a gaming PC now.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Oh, what?
What are you gonna do with it?
Play games. Play Killer Instinct, baby.
Okay, yeah.
I play Killer Instinct. I tested it out the other night. I'm Joe. Don't get mad. I'm running on Wi-Fi right now because I don't have. I
Ethernet?
can't. Yeah, I can't do Ethernet yet.
Okay.
Because it's in the other room from where the router is.
Right, need like a giant Ethernet cable.
I need a giant cord, and I want to make sure Claire and I have a better idea of what the room is going to look like when we're finished with it. That way I can get the proper size Ethernet cord so I don't have to buy another.
That's fine.
So I have a Wi-Fi adapter. I played with Harrison the other night, and it was running really smooth. So I think a lot of the lag, honestly, was due to my poor little lappy struggling, huffing and puffing. Yeah. Also, I figured out what was wrong and why my laptop was bugging out on so many games where it should have been running fine.
Why?
I tried playing because it was trying to stream everything. It was trying to run everything at 4K.
Oh my god! Why would a laptop do that by default?
Well, because it's a 4K screen.
Okay.
So this like poor little graphics card inside this 4K monitor machine, okay, was trying to run like StarCraft at 4K. Okay, and it was chugging, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So like I think
you don't hook up a ultra wide G-Sync 144 monitor 4K monitor to your freaking 780. You don't do that.
Yeah. Like so when I figured that out, I was like, oh, and then all my PC games ran fine on this after. Of course, my gaming PC is now here, so that doesn't matter.
Oops.
I just thought it was really funny. I was like, that is...
Even General ROM?
Oh, I don't know. I deleted Killer Instinct off the laptop.
Oh, okay, all right. That would have been fun to test.
I put General ROM on screen for the newbie and ran...
Of course, yeah, you had to. Yeah. That's the metric, right?
He is the actual benchmark.
Yeah.
And he ran fine. So I was like, okay, General ROM couldn't play. This game is playable now. So I just put a bunch of shit on the wish list. I will buy all the fighting games when they're all on sale because I bought them already. And I might actually buy Dragon Ball FighterZ a third time, and I'm kind of angry at myself for even considering it. Yeah, I know.
You don't have to do that.
No, because I know you won't play with me, so it won't matter.
No, I won't. Sorry, not that one.
That's fine. No, it's fine. Joe, we have other fighting games.
We have other fighting games, yes.
You and I have Killer Instinct and Uniclear to play right now, theoretically.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Oh, God. I did play a few rounds of Uniclear. I am so trash at that game.
Yeah, I think I'm never going to be good at that game.
So trash at that game.
So, yeah. So that's my current stuff right now. That's where I'm at. And PC gaming PC is, I tried out Ghost Recon Breakpoint after they fixed the game, so that's that ran nice. And yeah.
The good thing about that is that your machine is already really solid.
Yeah, it's
the oldest thing in that is the video card. You got like a 960. So
good video card.
It's damn good video card.
Yeah. No, it's like 2 gens behind, but it's good.
Yeah. So, but like once you need to upgrade, like, it should be pretty good. Like
yeah.
Nvidia has like 80% of the market share on video cards right now.
Yeah.
So the prices are going to be a little.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. Let's put it this way. I'm not gonna grab a crazy one anytime soon.
Like I am not. I am not even thinking about a 3090.
A 3090? Yeah.
I am not even. I am thinking about it. I am. Okay. I am
not thinking about it.
I am. Yeah.
Of course you're thinking about it.
Of course I am.
You're always thinking about it. But the question is if you're going to do it or not.
Even if like the 3090 is anywhere like. Even if it's like $1,000, which probably won't be. Like I'll still have to spend more money on monitors that can take full advantage of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even have any 144s here. These are pretty old monitors. I have to get new monitor. I have to get a 144 or something with maybe ultra wide. I don't know. Do I get it curved? These are all things I'd want before I get a 3090.
All things to be considered.
Yeah. So I'm not even. My 1070 is still good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll worry about it when Cyberpunk drops.
Yeah.
Then I'll worry.
Then we'll look. Yeah. Then we'll check it out.
And when that comes out, maybe 2080 won't be so bad.
Yeah, probably cheaper.
2080, I think would be all right. The highest I think I'll go would be 3070. 3070 would probably run like a 2080 Ti, and probably be less expensive because I don't think the 2000 series will be in production by the time the 3000 series drops.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
it sometimes makes them more expensive.
Oh yeah. So, it usually
the
does.
Video cards are weird.
Yeah, the 10 the 10 series came out, and the 9 series they jumped in price.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
when the 1080 came out, the 770 I had in my computer was still $500.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I can get 1080 for $500. Why is my old video card so expensive?
That's madness to me.
No idea.
Availability, some like along those lines. But yeah,
sure. I'd say sure availability, but it's not good.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not even top of the line. It doesn't make any sense.
It wasn't
Technology was cheaper.
You got me. I don't know. You'll have to talk to Nvidia about that, and they won't have any answers for you.
No, they will not.
Yeah.
All right, so that's me.
Joe.
Well, okay.
Look, I provided you with the buffer, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You did. Thank you for that. I was able to talk about video cards for a little bit. But video games, the last couple of weeks, I mean, all right. So I got Fall Guys.
Yes.
I know I'm late to the party on that. But I don't really want to talk about it because I don't want to shit on something everybody loves again.
Go for it. So what?
All right, like this game is what it is. It's fun. It's
a dumb fun.
It's a dumb fun kind of, yeah.
It doesn't pretend to not be dumb.
It's ultra simplistic, and it's frankly kind of annoying.
Okay.
It's frankly kind of annoying.
It looks like it could get really
irritating. It gets irritating, and I can't really play it for more than like 2 sessions.
The problem with that game is the more serious you take it, the harder it gets.
Yeah. And you can't really take it seriously because there's not really a lot you can do. And I think that boils down to what it is I don't like about it, because there is so much that can go wrong. So much is out of your control.
It looks like Mario Party
you are wrestling with a lot of other people who also can't really do anything. And sometimes you make a mistake and you mess up and then you start all over again, and that's I would like to be able to control what I do a little more if I'm playing a game like that. And I understand why it is the way it is, because it needs to be the way it is.
Yeah.
It absolutely needs to be that way for the appeal to...
Yeah, so it's literally part of the appeal of it in that way. Right.
Absolutely. But like every time I fail on the 4th stage and have to go back to one of the first stages that I can't stand doing, that some of them are completely luck-based and... some of them just like just kind of just dull after the 10th or 20th time. You just don't want to do it anymore. Maybe the map variety just isn't very good, but there really isn't a lot. Again, there isn't a lot you can do. You jump, you dive, and sometimes you grab. Yeah, sometimes you grab, and I don't know. It's hard to articulate what it is about this that I don't really care for, other than the fact that
it's simple and you don't like simple games.
It's simple and I need complexity.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm...
It's too much out of your hands.
Yeah, there's too much out of my hands for me to enjoy something that's competitive like that. I mean, if it was a little more aggressive, like, if it was like, if you could push people or pull them in some way, maybe that would make it a little more dynamic and I would enjoy it more. If, like, of course you would have to add consequences for that. There are people that try to do that and usually it messes you up.
Yeah, Joe, it sounds like your critiques actually line up with a lot of the critiques I'm hearing about it. So
interesting, because I've heard nothing but praise about this.
Well, it's because it's on that initial hype wave, right? But, like, a lot of the people who have kind of broken down this game, they better pump content out for it.
They are. They're already pumping more content into it. They are jumping right into it, striking while the iron is hot. There's going to be more maps, more cosmetics.
Technically still beta.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I didn't know that.
It's beta the same way Fortnite is still beta.
No.
Right? But much in the fact that they're going to try to pump out stuff for it while it's in beta, and then at some point or another, we'll just consider it not beta, even though it still has the beta tag.
Well, I think one of the things that drove the success was that it was free on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I downloaded it.
Yeah, I paid $20 for it, and then I actually refunded it.
Really?
And I only played it again because our resident lawyer friend, FanDome Ryu, wanted to team up with some people to play it. So I decided to try to see how it would be with more people playing, to see if that kept my interest enough. Because I was only able to play it for 1 or 2 sessions at a time before I quit and just move on to something else.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to stick with it a little more because you have a conversation buddy. You can watch them play if you mess up. You can you can coordinate a little bit, and it at least supports up to teams of 4. And I guess that's because there are some team games, which are honestly probably some of the worst ones.
They fixed the balance on it so that at least you don't get unbalanced teams.
Well, that's nice. You shouldn't be able to. You shouldn't have to compete against your friends in the team games, but they still suck.
Right.
Yeah, it was a little more. It was a little more tolerable. I had bought it again and reinstalled it, and it doesn't take that long to install. It's like it's a small game. And it was, I think I enjoyed playing this with people a little more because, just because I enjoy shared activity.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't really about the game; it was about shared activity.
I'm not a drinker. It's pretty obvious I'm not a drinker because I say I'm not a drinker a lot.
You do.
This is probably a good game to get drunk with a couple of friends.
Oh, absolutely. Where you're just not taking it that seriously. And that was the vibe I was getting from it.
At the same time, you can't take it seriously, but there's like out of 50 people, there's only 60 people. There's only one winner, and there's not a lot of satisfaction you get from it. It's like you lose. You don't win. You do not win this. So there's no satisfaction that from your accomplishments that really aren't even that hard anyway, because you just have jump and dive.
Right.
I mean, it's the same argument that, if the game takes no skill, why is it so hard for some people to win? And then why?
Because there can be only one.
I've watched a few people who have like dozens of wins.
Yeah.
Like they win all the time, and it's like obviously there's something to it.
Yeah.
That's more than just this is just a dumb game. And
you can have better timing. You can have better platforming skills. And that does factor into it a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just be a lot more lucky. And if it's one thing I can say about the mahjong sessions I played this week, I am not a lucky man. I am not a lucky person. So I have to rely.
Did you get pwned again?
That's good. That's good. That's good.
I've been learning.
You've been learning? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. I appreciated that. I've had several Yakuman stolen from me, and even dealt into one. I was not happy with that.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
happens.
your disappointment.
Imagine starting the game and instantly losing, and the table's over. That's
No, I get it. I saw. I think you showed me the clip.
No, I did. No, I did worse. That wasn't me.
that was you.
No, but that clip. Oh man,
that was nuts.
All right, I'm gonna talk about Mahjong again for a second.
Go ahead, Joe.
One of the most infamous hands in Mahjong is Kokushi Muso, or 13 Orphans, in which you have a 1 and 9 of each suit. East, west, north, south, green dragon, red dragon, and white dragon.
White dragon.
All in your hand. So you have 13 of these tiles, right? Then you need 14 to complete it. So if you have 13 of these tiles and you draw another one for a pair, that is a special hand that is worth a lot of points. Even more if you already have 13 and you're just waiting for any one of them to make a pair. So there's this clip of someone starting a table, and the first discard is the 1 of circles, right? And another player who's sitting across from them calls for Roan, which is the victory condition, and then flips over 13 Orphans on the first discard. And I'm like, apparently someone calculated the odds as like 1 in like 375 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds about right.
And I'm just sitting there dumbfounded. Also, there's Street Fighter music playing in the clip, so I'm like, I will never get that lucky in any video game, let alone.
I don't think many people will ever get that lucky in anything in life. Anyway.
No, especially for like pointless.
Yeah, I would hate that if I were to get lucky in something, it would be a hand in Mahjong.
Right? Like for internet points.
Yep, for fake internet points, not even real money.
Right? Exactly. I'll hold my luck for when I go to Vegas, right? Yeah. So yeah, Fall Guys is what it is. Yeah. I every now and then I'll turn it on just to justify the purchase and run and jump and dive and see if I can change the color of my outfit because I hate the colors of the outfits. And
I think what you should do is you and Ryu and whoever else you're playing with should make a drinking game out of it.
Ooh.
And what you should do is you do it kind of like waterfall style.
Yeah.
Like essentially, like once you are eliminated, whoever is first eliminated has to start drinking.
This is a great idea.
Yes.
I love this.
Yeah, I think
it's a shame. It's a shame it only supports up to 4 people.
Yeah,
because this would be a lot more fun with more than 4 people.
Oh my god! Yeah.
But I like this.
Yeah.
Please don't get alcohol poisoning.
No, you won't. Look, you don't kill yourself. This is done with beer. You don't do this with liquor, right?
Yeah. Well,
if you know anything about Phantom Ryu,
yeah,
he's a liquor guy.
He's a liquor.
Oh, he's a liquor guy. Yeah. All right. Well,
he likes some certain beers.
I'm sure. Look, I'm sure if you pitch this right, he'll just be like, Dylan, don't make sure it's done too crazy.
Yeah. he'll be fine. I'm not worried about him. Yeah. I'm not worried about him at all. It's not like that time I got drunk playing World of Warcraft, where we were in Zul'Gurub and then I forget.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Good story.
Yeah. I mean, it was like something like every time we take a drink.
Oh god.
Yeah. But we had ZG on farm, so it was just drink to your heart's content. So
right.
I don't know. He can tell you more about it. I'll need to get the Kahuna to tell you that.
Yeah, get the Kahuna on.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
There's other games I could play. I have more CRPGs, more tactical RPGs I could play. I just bought one called Tower of Time. I have Pillars of Eternity 2 sitting in reserve. But you know what? I don't think after playing Divinity 2 and coming right in from Divinity 1 after all those months, I don't think another tactical RPG is really something I want to play right now. Yeah. So I've been Horizon Zero Dawn came out. A lot of problems. About half the people who bought that game can't really even play it. So I decided to wait for a fix on it. So I'm like, what do I have? What do I have? And I keep looking at and I've gushed about it time and time again.
Yep. Just do it.
Yeah, I
You
did.
love it.
I'd like
Just do it.
Yeah, I do. I'd love it. So I'm playing CrossCode again.
Yay.
And it's been a couple of years since I did my full playthrough of that. Some things have changed. It's mostly the same game, and it's not really something I can play all the time because it's puzzle based. If you already know how to do the puzzles, then what's the fun? How quickly you can do them? Yeah, sometimes that could be good too. Story is really cute. The characters make me smile. The game makes me smile.
Yeah.
So I've been playing it as my second playthrough, and I'm looking forward to. I think they added an epilogue into like a boss rush mode, and there's more content at the end of the game. But I have a save file there. But I'm like, you know what? Let me just go through it again, savor the experience one more time. And I'm looking forward to going through with a New Game Plus, because apparently they like built in dialogue for it.
Oh,
like,
nice.
Yeah, you're going through things, and you're not supposed to be this powerful, and they're all talking with you like, what's going on, and then Leah goes on a power trip and starts to get this really evil, sinister look on her face, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. So,
does she have vocabulary in a New Game Plus?
That I don't know. I don't know how much vocabulary she has. Once for those of you guys who don't know, they do an interesting take on the silent protagonist in this game, where it's like she doesn't just stay silent; she responds via emotes, and the character can't talk, is unable to talk. So what they have to do is they have to program the character. The character is an avatar in an online video game. That's where the game takes place. Their speech module is broken, so they have to hard code in words that you can say, like "Hi, my name is Leah," or just Leah, or "Why," or "How," "Wait." So they can only speak like a certain amount of words as the game progresses. It's mostly just nodding and facial expressions, and the game is told very well through emotes, and there's a lot of dialogue from other characters. And then it's funny when they realize. She's so good at responding and emoting that they take forever to figure out that, wait, you can't talk, can you? Like, well, say my name. Can't? You're goddamn right.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's really cute. And I really think you'd like this game a lot if you like puzzles.
Yeah.
Especially active puzzles where you have to be like. You can't really sit there and figure out the solution and then do the solution. You have to take an active role in the solution of the puzzles. Like you throw one of your orbs, and you'll have to set up this Rube Goldberg device, but you have to be an active element in it. You have to, while something is happening, you have to set up the next part so it continues the chain without it breaking. And I really like that about. They really think it's clever game design, and I'm really looking forward to seeing if they make another one or another game like this. And it's my favorite game of the decade, easily.
Yeah.
Easily. I love it. It's so charming, and I love this game, but man, I can't wait to play something else. Really can't.
Well, I'm glad it held up on your replay of it.
So. It was much better the first time.
Of course.
It was much better the first time. The story was more surprising because, I know everything now. So.
Yeah, I'm sure Super Metroid was better the first time you played it too, but that didn't stop you from playing it for 20 years.
Thousands and thousands of times. Thousands and thousands of times. So, yeah.
No, I'm happy it held up for you, though.
Good. I'm glad. I'm happy, too.
Excellent. Dre, what you playing?
I've actually played some things.
You play games, Dre? What? You have time for that?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, boy. So, yes, I think the last time I was here, I said I finished Ghost of Tsushima, which is a great game.
Yeah.
So after that, I was like, well, Trails of Cold Steel 4 is coming out in October. Let me get in front of that. So I finished Trails of Cold Steel 3.
There you go.
And I feel that overall, the story from the first 3 games have been getting weaker each game. But this ending was just what you needed to get yourself ready for that 4th game.
Right.
So the way that game ended, I'm like, yep, I need to play the 4th game.
It's stuck the landing, huh?
They gotta hook you. They gotta hook you for number 4, right?
It was really good ending for for setting up an obvious sequel.
Well, hopefully it doesn't shit the bed on the story then.
Well, I mean, like, I'm saying that the quality of the story has gone down between games, but at no point is it bad.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
That's good.
The issue is that things get a lot more like anime tropey, and like it's always been anime tropey, but like
The anime is stuck though.
it goes like full blown into like dumb protagonist harem.
Oh God.
Oh boy,
My favorite.
It goes full Tenchi.
Tenchi.
Full Tenchi
Never
Muyo.
go full Tenchi.
It's just like literally it's building off of the events of the first two games, and I'm not going to get into any spoilers, but you are still involved in your military organization, but you're in a different position, and you have new people around you than the people from the first two games who are still in the game, just not as prominently featured.
So let me ask you a question
And like
before you continue.
okay.
Yeah, are these? I'm sorry, I didn't know you weren't done. But are
Yeah.
these games meant to be played from the first one on, or can you pick it up in part 3 and just be okay with it?
So the way the Trails series works is that most games are duologies. So you couldn't pick up Cold Steel 2 without playing 1
All right.
because you'd be entirely lost. But you could pick up 3 because 3 kind of is a reset, and they do a little bit more exposition to clue you in on what happened in 1 and 2.
Okay.
Whereas 2 assumes you played 1.
All right.
And 4 is going to assume you played 3.
Because of the ending to 3.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's, you know what? I can respect that. Yeah, I can respect that. Sometimes you want to be rewarded for sticking with a series.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah.
I'm looking at you, Mass Effect.
Yeah, and like it really does kind of stink when game sequels just kind of like hit that reset button. It's like, oh, this is a jumping on point. You know,
Yeah.
anybody
Assassin's
can play
Creed.
Assassin's Creed. Witcher 3 did that, but Witcher 3 had a good story anyway.
And, I mean, Witcher 3 was like, you know, there were consequences for what happened in the last game.
Yeah, right. But I really appreciate when games do that. Like they reward your loyalty for sticking with it.
Yeah, well, I'm finding out how much they're rewarding loyalty because I was like, you know what? I own the Trails in the Sky series, which was released on PC. It was also on PSP. I didn't actually know it was on PSP from like way back in 2004. I had no idea this series existed. But I was like, I've owned these games. I got them after I got Cold Steel 1, and I'm like, holy shit, this game is great. And I just got the entire series that was available on PC. So I said, okay, you know what? I'll play Trails in the Sky, which is the first game of the Trails series. The Legend of Heroes series is pretty old, actually. And just like all of these Falcom games are kind of related to Dragon Slayer, which we've even encountered in the United States. You might know it as oh man, what's that game? I forgot the game now. That sucks. But Legacy of the Wizard.
That's
Legacy
right.
of the Wizard is Dragon Slayer 4. It's actually connected to the Trail series.
Really?
Because the first Legend of Heroes game is Dragon Slayer 6. They're all connected.
It's kind of like the way the
Holy shit!
kind of like the way the Xeno games are supposed to be, or something like that.
They're all like but they're like
loosely connected.
Squint at it and they're connected.
You see, they've obviously lied to get things to work in the Xeno games, but like there's actual connections in these games.
Yeah.
Xanadu and Fazanadu. When we got Fazanadu in US and Tokyo Xanadu, that's all part of the same series too.
That's right. That is in that series.
Yep.
Because like, I remember Fazanadu was very similar in design to Legacy of the Wizard.
Yeah.
And I didn't make that connection.
Well, anyway.
Nor did I get very far in Fazanadu anyway.
Nice random deviation. But I'm playing Trails in the Sky.
Yeah.
And I got maybe 10 hours in, and I was instantly rewarded for my Cold Steel because I just see all these characters that are basically like in the game, and it's just I'm 10 hours in. I've met a character from Cold Steel 2 who was a playable character for a few areas in Cold Steel 3. He's actually a main character in Trails of the Sky.
It's like getting to play as General Leo in another game.
Yeah, there's an NPC that's kind of like not really important, but then shows up at an important part of Cold Steel 3, and you're like, oh yeah, cool. You know, I remember you from earlier in the game. Thanks for helping me out. She's an antagonist in this game, but it's just like, like all of these random characters that I'm just seeing. I'm like, I recognize this person. Oh, that's cool. The seeds for this game have been planted for a long time.
Rewarding consecutive playthroughs.
I'm not even going in the right order.
Yeah.
In
this is why the MCU works so well.
Yeah.
This is why some people don't like Marvel movies, because they haven't seen one of them.
I mean,
and I get it.
They give you enough though.
You can
that,
always
like,
go back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not like they're not available.
Right.
Especially now.
Right. But it rewards you for watching them. And that's great. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
It rewards you for really playing them. That's great.
Because like honestly, the game is kind of slowish. The battle system is not as fluid as the newer ones. It's a 2004 PSP game, so it's not like it's bad for its time, but it's not what I would, it's a downgrade from what I've experienced now. Thankfully, it has fast forward, so it's not so terrible, and it's not a bad battle system. It's just primitive compared to what I'm used to from the other three Cold Steel games. So like, I'm enjoying it, and this is another example of your RPG better have good writing. Like the I'm not gonna say the writing in this is the most amazing writing I've seen, but it's actually really good. In some ways, it's better than the Cold Steel games, and it's just like, it's very plucky, and you got your classic JRPG tropey like pluckiness to it, but it's well written. Like the main character is not like a dumbass, even though she is a dumbass.
You say this is an older one, right?
Yeah, the first one was released in 2004.
The problem you get into writing stories for things that take place much further along the line in continuity is that suddenly you have to acknowledge each like preceding part,
Yeah.
So you get tripped up a lot more because you can't really be creative with the story because like something crisscrosses in a way that breaks the rules. Things get kind of bogged down. So as story goes on, it gets harder and harder to write without things like not making sense.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they had this entire thing storyboarded from the beginning.
Wow, that good, huh?
So, like I said, I started in Cold Steel. So my view of the Erebonian Empire, which is where you are in that game, is based entirely off of Cold Steel. I go back and play Trails in the Sky, and the Erebonian Empire is actually like a whole bunch of jerks. Like, it's just like, why are you just randomly starting a war with us? Like, we didn't do shit. Like, why? And in the third game, they make a lot of mention to an event called the 100 Days War. And it's like, it's very central to what's going on in Cold Steel 3. And all of that is happening in Trails in the Sky. Like, it's already happened, but like, they're still talking about it. Like, this is major impact to us because that's the region of the world they lived in, is the part that got destroyed. Well, not destroyed, but attacked in the 100 Days War that the Empire started. So it's just like
Empire.
Always Empire.
Always.
But like, I was part of the Empire in the first three games. So it's just like, this place ain't so bad. And then by the third game, you're like, it's kind of bad. It's kind of bad.
Yeah, it's cool.
These guys are kind of jerks. But they're still my jerks.
Yeah.
When you play Trails of this Guy, no, they're jerks. They're just like, none of them are nice.
No, you can only side with one particular brand of jerks. That's all you have a tolerance for. Because then, if you do, then you're the jerk.
True.
So the way they get around the whole like tangled web is there. Right now, there's 3 Trails series. One of the series has not come to the U.S. at all, so question mark. So Trails in the Sky is one region of the continent. Cold Steel is another region, and the third is a different region. So they all have an interconnected story, and that's what I'm saying. Like, they planned it from the start because they're all taking place around the same time of each other, and they kind of overlap at some points.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Trails in the Sky 3 is happening about the same time as Cold Steel 1. So by the time you get to Cold Steel, yeah, there's some overlap, but then there's also, like, places where they can breathe freely. So, like, Cold Steel 3 and 4, I believe, are the farthest in the timeline. Mm-hmm. And when you look at the trailers of Cold Steel 4, and they got main characters from Sky, main characters from the other game that didn't come out, main characters from Cold Steel. And it's just like, it's basically like the, okay, well, shit's going down arc of the anime. And then they decided that they're going to make another Trails series that who knows when we'll get it. That's literally just Trails All-Stars.
It sounds like they're leading towards some kind of Trails Infinity War style thing.
Yeah.
Everything converges on a singular point.
That's actually good. This is the video game version of Infinity War.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it right now.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's some hype shit then.
Because, like, outside of how dumb and ignorant the main character of Cold Steel can be when it comes to, like, literally everything in the world hitting on him. Everything in the world hitting on him.
So he's oblivious.
So oblivious. It's painful. And he's just like, oh, it's fine. And everybody's around him's like... There's, like, several scenes in the game where 3 characters will directly be talking about him, with him in the room, about how they want to jump his bones. And he's just like, yeah, this is cool. They're not talking about me at all.
Oh, boy, they Andy Bogart him.
I was just about to say that. It's, you know what, man?
Yeah, Andy Bogart got
Andy did something. Like, we like to talk shit because of, like, him not jumping on her immediately. But, he still got the girl.
He still got it, yeah.
That shit don't matter.
Well, Mai was really persistent.
And we're all just
But, like, you look at Mai, like, why did she need to be persistent?
Yeah, that's a good question. Because that's the game, Joe. That's the game is played.
And Andy Bogart wins.
Yep, that's right. And all Terry's girlfriends end up dead.
So,
he got a cooler jacket, though.
The series is great.
Yeah.
Nice.
You've been playing the series for... It seems like only a year. Has it been longer than that?
It's been a couple years.
Yeah, it's been maybe like, I think I've played Cold Steel in either early 2019 or late 2018. Cold Steel 1. Let me see if Steam tells you quickly.
Well, you can just see when the last time you played one, maybe. I don't know.
Well, the last time I played them was in early 2019.
Okay. So at least a year.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
It was money well spent and worth.
Literally.
And continues to be money well spent and worth. But my only gripe is that for the fact that I got Cold Steel on the PSP, but I couldn't really play it, the PS Vita, I should say. I couldn't really play it because I kind of got fed up with how much loading there was.
Yeah.
There was a whole lot of loading.
That's unfortunate.
It was just like, you get into a battle, you finish the battle, and then it's like 10 seconds of loading. It was just like, this is... Like, I was like, this game is good, but, like, I can't deal... And then I saw it was on PC, and I'm like, okay, this is probably going to be better.
It was like playing Final Fantasy VI on the PlayStation?
Yes, it was like playing Final Fantasy VI or Chrono Trigger on the PlayStation. Like, it just destroyed the game to me. But getting it on the PC was great. So, like, now 3 and 4 are available. Well, 3 is available everywhere, but it's PlayStation first. And I'm not going to... And same thing with 4. I'm not going to wait for it to be available everywhere. I'm just going to get out the PlayStation.
Yeah.
But, man, 3 was, like, really chugging sometimes. I'm just like, why is the frame rate in this game so bad?
Is it poorly optimized? Or
Probably.
I can't imagine... Because these are PS3 games. This is like really
is it a port or is it?
Well, I don't actually know if they rebuilt it or not. It's just this like Cold Steel 1 and 2 are PSP or PS Vita games. I think Cold Steel 3 was only released on PS3 in Japan. Okay. It shows you how old the game is that we're getting at the end of the PS4 lifespan.
Yeah, it's probably just crap optimization.
Yeah, or it's a bad port or something like that.
I can't understand why the frame.
No, you should have no trouble running
so
that. Yeah,
bad. It's not like it's a game that's pushing like the limit. It's not Horizon Zero Dawn, which by the way didn't have frame rate issues on the PlayStation 4.
Just insane.
It's just like there's no reason why this game should like. This game could have probably run on the PS2. It could have.
So why is it causing you so much trouble?
So
it's weird. It's weird.
And obviously, playing Cold Steel 1 and 2 on the PC, I didn't notice any issues. But I also had fast forward, so who knows if there were or not? Because I was fast forwarding a lot of random things that they might have popped up in. Question. Who knows? So when 4 comes out, I'm getting on the PlayStation 4, and whatever performance issues there will be, I'll deal with it because I mean, it's an RPG. So the frame rate is not going to make me screw anything up.
Right. No, of course not. Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
And it never happens in battle.
All the cutscenes are going to be 30 anyway.
Right. They're actually not.
No? Really?
That's the problem, is that the game is 60 FPS, but you notice when it's not 60 FPS.
It's probably playing a game on 60 FPS.
Even the cutscenes are in 60?
Because the cutscenes are the in-game graphics.
Oh, well, okay. So there's no actual cutscene. All right.
Yeah, there's no like pre-rendered cutscenes or anything like that. They're all in-game graphics.
Hilarious.
I also play Microsoft Flight Simulator.
You know,
that game's amazing.
I watched Tim play it the other day. It's something to see.
I couldn't get it to work. I could not.
Did it crisis your PC?
No, it's not. It's not that it won't run. But I can't get anything other than keyboard controls to work.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you have a joystick?
I thought about mapping it to my arcade stick. I really did.
The problem with it is like it detects your controller, but if your controller is not a Xbox controller, it doesn't automatically assign anything.
That's right.
So you have to manually assign everything.
To manually assign, and there's so many things. There's so much pilot jargon that I have to go into the game itself, do the action to see what it's doing.
Oh my god!
And then figure out where to map it onto my controller.
Wait, there's no way to big window it and download like a
there is pre-made profile loading.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
That was one of the coolest things I discovered about big window recently. Like that is amazing.
Like it's built into. I got it on Game Pass.
Okay.
Which means you don't have big window.
Right, no big window.
I don't have
right,
okay. I don't have a big picture. Really,
yeah.
it does read my Pro controller to its credit.
Yes. It reads it, but you have to manually
assign everything. And I'm just
not great.
I do not have the patience for this because the load times are insane. And I have to go back and forth between this and the options. Man, I'm like, no. I'll figure out some other way later. And I just kind of lost patience with it. And I put it on the wayside. And I probably shouldn't if I got it for Game Pass because that's just going to expire soon.
Yeah.
But I'll let Andre get back to it and talk about his experience with it.
So that was my experience.
Oh,
it's amazing.
For a lot of it. Was I need to get this mapped. I need to get these things mapped.
Right.
The problem of it not mapping, and I'm looking online and be like, can I find a chart that shows me the Xbox config? Nope. Nothing. So I'm just like, all right.
Really?
I'm searching. Like I look for it almost every day.
It honestly wouldn't be a problem if the keyboard controls were like from 1997.
It's that bad, huh?
It's using the number pad to turn.
Oh no.
Yeah, using a number pad.
Yeah.
Not just to turn, but to nose up and nose down is number pad.
Yeah. It's so archaic.
That's really bad.
So what I was doing was I played the training missions, and every training mission I played where it was like, okay, do this, and something was affecting the plane, I was like, okay, this is what I need to bind.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that controllers, thumbsticks are really touchy for this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they have to be better than freaking buttons because you should you shouldn't use a keyboard stroke to turn a wheel because there's only two things. It's either full turn, full stop.
Yeah, you know what? That's kind of the same thing with the.
Are you serious?
These are made for joysticks, man.
They're kind of the same thing with it. It's a little bit better, but like you have to go and do some hardcore like dead zone and sensitivity calibration to get it to work. It's really intense. And even now, I don't even think I have a setup that I really like. But you know, I have one I have one that I can use, and yeah, I love it. I love just. I've been a fan of Flight Sim. I haven't gotten one in a while, right? Like, I was telling Theo, like, I have a joystick from the last time I played Flight Simulator. It was back in 1995. It was before Flight Simulator 95.
Jesus Christ!
Like, does your motherboard have a PS2 port?
That PS2 adapter.
Yeah. We're not talking PlayStation, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I know.
By the way, mine wasn't a PS2 joystick. It was a GamePort joystick.
Oh.
Wow.
So that's dead.
Yeah, it doesn't even exist.
If it was PS2, maybe I could get PS2 to USB adapter. No.
Yeah.
GamePort. So yeah, that's old. But I enjoyed it, and obviously I'm like a sim guy in general. I like playing sims of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've always appreciated the series. You know, when Flight Simulator 10 came out, I don't know if it's 10 or X honestly, but I'm pretty sure it's 10.
We'll go with 10. These things are really simply named. They wouldn't call it Flight Simulator X.
Well, I mean, it went from what Flight Simulator 4 to 95, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's 10, and I wanted to get it, but at the time, you know, I just didn't really feel like I had the time to sink in and play that game. Mm-hmm. And I don't really feel like I have the time to sink in and play this game. But I got it on Game Pass because Game Pass is $1.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, like, I'm not losing out too much. And I figured, hey, if they raise the price on this, I think it says like it's $1 for your first month and then $5 after.
Yes,
that,
it is. Yeah.
They raise the price on it. Like, I can have this for a year and it's still going to be the amount that I would have paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's more than enough time for me to be able to find what I want to do in the game and get out and play it. And if I keep Game Pass to keep playing it, I keep Game Pass to keep playing it.
It's probably worth keeping.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't anything really there that I feel like I need to run out and play.
Yeah,
like they had the Obsidian RPG that I'm forgetting the name of right now.
It was the Outer Worlds.
Yeah, that's it. And I downloaded it from like a while ago because I had like a 3-month free pass, and I played it once, and I was just like, this game is not worth my time.
And I guess Obsidian RPGs are not your thing.
Yeah, not. It's just like I'm kind of tired of the Fallout RPG.
I hear you.
Fallout 3 RPG setup for games.
Yeah.
You know, I've barely ever been a fan of Morrowind. I mean, Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Or Morrowind being the only one that I was like, okay, this game is not terrible, but I didn't really even like it.
Never forget your hardships with Daggerfall.
Yeah.
Never did get that working.
No, let's not talk about that game.
Let's not talk about that. We can't. You never played it.
Never played it.
Not for lack of trying.
Yeah.
I did kind of forget about that, to tell you the truth.
No, I remember it because it was like one of the first memories I've had for hanging out with you.
Yeah, I was really trying to get it to work. Couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like, outside of Flight Simulator, I don't really think anything is there that I'm going to play. But then I saw that, I think Indivisible is the game. Is that the name of the game? It's like It's an RPG.
Yeah, the
Like a beat-em-up
Zero.
RPG.
Yeah,
Lab Zero.
Yes. And I saw that was on Game Pass, so I downloaded it because I'm like, you know what? Sure. But
Also,
that's Mike Z, right?
yeah.
Yep.
Maybe I'm not gonna play it.
Well, I mean, you can still play it. Like, I really don't know what's going on with Mike Z.
I can tell you.
I mean,
I don't care. No, I'm not talking about all the other shit. I'm just telling you what happened with the company. Everybody resigned from his company. Everyone.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
Whether or not it's justified or not, I can't tell you. But like, that's what happened. But I mean, it doesn't change that Indivisible was made as a complete game. You can play it. So.
Yes. Well, anyway, I downloaded it because it's not costing me anything, and anything more than I'm already paying, which right now is $1. So, whatever, we'll see. But Flight Simulator is great. I flew over my neighborhood.
I saw
it's not using Google, so it's using Bing Maps, and Bing Maps is garbage. It's about like 3 or 4 years old. It has a party city that doesn't exist anymore.
Tim flew over 19th Street for me the other night.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like New York looks great.
Place. Yeah.
But it's a flight sim.
You
So
said it was like 3 years old.
maybe
You can go find the Sbarro.
You can find Sbarro probably.
it might still be there. Like
I've
told
it's
you,
not. It wasn't closed back then.
It's not closed now.
I thought it was closed. It closed, didn't it?
No.
I heard it closed.
Unless it closed recently, but like
I heard it closed recently.
You know, I work in the area.
Oh, okay. I guess you would know better than I. All right.
I walk across town to take that train home.
Maybe I heard it was closing.
Oh, Trey, are you back in the office now?
No.
Okay.
And I hope that I'm not back anytime soon.
Right.
I can't wait to start going back to school.
Well, I don't have a daycare anymore, so I don't know when I can go back.
Yikes.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know I'm going to be working in an actual school.
Yep.
And I'm not going to be comfortable.
For at least 2 weeks.
At least 2 weeks, yeah.
Until everything hits the fan and they go,
yeah, and they're just like, oh shit, we should have. Yeah.
Stop.
Yep. Exactly.
So you know, that new Battletoads is on the Game Pass as well, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I should fucking get Game Pass.
I'm not desperately interested in playing the game. I will say that I thought that it looked a lot better than any Battletoads game I've seen before, which I don't think is hard to do.
No, it's not. Well, let's see. Battletoads and Double Dragon is probably the best Battletoads game.
It is. I actually, what's funny, like I remember like seeing the trailers for this and thinking to myself, like, you know, this actually looks kind of cool visually, just because like they're going for the whole aesthetic. It all looks like it's one cartoon, and that's actually kind of really neat.
Honestly, I think it should be a cartoon because I was watching it and I was listening to it happen, like the animated segments. It's actual funny shit.
Yeah,
I was laughing.
Yeah,
I thought it was funny.
And I really dig Rash and Killer Instinct. Just like just as a guest character, I think he's super well done and super cool. So, but yeah, funny the way that works out. I forgot to talk about something. I got this baby.
You already had that.
But I got like the cool version.
Yeah,
my physical.
Is there a cartridge in
Open
there?
it up. What's inside?
Okay,
let's see it.
Let's see here.
So
there's the Steelbook.
I don't see a cartridge.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, the Steelbook edition.
Okay.
All right. I have the game actually in there with the print.
Okay.
It also came with a regular PS4 one, which also comes with Bare Knuckle 4 as like the alternate art, which is really cool. All right. And inside here, it also came with the soundtrack CD that I have in the other room. There's the physical copy of the game. I got the PS4 version. Came with a really cool, like, shiny print here. And a booklet.
Wow.
What might be the coolest thing? The booklet.
It's an instruction book.
Yeah, instruction
That's
booklet.
Crazy.
Don't you remember? Don't you love?
It's got like art and shit in it.
Oh wow! Look at that.
Profiles. Look at this.
Did you smell it?
Yes.
Does it smell like instruction booklet?
It does actually. You know what's really cool about it too? They got the feel of the plastic.
The unmistakable texture of plastic on Genesis.
The Genesis
cheap
texture.
Genesis clamshell package.
The clamshell.
Who doesn't love clamshells? You know.
It's super cool. I'm so happy about
All
this.
I'm saying is that my Genesis games come with actual Genesis cartridges. So
Hey, you know what? This made me look up. I was literally looking up prices for the first 3 just to have them physical so they can all be in one shelf. Like, I actually did that a few minutes ago, and I'm like, they're not that expensive. I don't have a Genesis to play them on. But
I mean, neither do I. I
have a Genesis.
You do have a Genesis.
Yeah, Dre has a working Genesis.
Yeah.
He's Genesis. You have a Genesis 3, don't you?
I believe so.
Yeah, because you got it for like when it was like $20.
I got it for $20.
Yeah, I remember that.
After I got my PS2.
Nice.
I was like, yeah, I guess I like Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic 2, so I'll get this Genesis.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, I guess, yeah. Limited run, doing the Lord's work.
We have any news this week?
There's a couple of
Oh, there's a few things.
things. Gamescom happened.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
We checked out some stuff.
There was some cool stuff on there, yeah.
There are some cool
about
things.
that. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
All right.
And like something else too.
All right.
Sure.
Yeah.
When should we talk about that?
At some point.
some point.
Before it becomes 3 a.m.
Okay. Well, then we should just teleport right there, shouldn't we?
We should.
Yes. Teleportation.
Right after this.
Right after what? We don't
This.
have any ads.
We do have an ad.
What if we have...
It's us. There's the ad.
That's a terrible ad.
You could add.
Here's the logo.
Okay, see, this time I was not going to get caught with the random changing of the scene and messing up my unmute button. I was ready this time.
Good job, Dre.
Okay. Gamescom. That was a thing.
What's the thing?
Honestly, I was playing too many games, and I kind of missed it.
I was playing first week of school.
I looked over it. I mean, I don't know why. I was
you
playing
looked
nothing.
over it literally just now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to look.
Show them where the sausage is made, how it's made. It's all good.
Blow
Don't
that
worry
up.
about it.
The sausage is delicious. Who cares?
Exactly.
Right. That's why you don't want to see how it's made.
But it's still delicious.
Right. Sure. You're right. Anyway, we went through and looked at some of these trailers of things that popped out to us. So at least we could say that we saw. There was a lot
Ton of shit
trailers,
drops, man.
But unfortunately, nothing that was like a name that could pop out.
There was no big name title on this one. I think Crash Bandicoot 4 was it.
And Call of Duty.
Everyone knows Call of Duty, whatever.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It was there. We can't pretend it's not a thing.
Yeah.
We don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Call
of Duty Hard Drive Warfare.
That's pretty good. That's what this shit is now.
Yeah, it's bigger than Microsoft Flight Simulator.
100 gigs, easy. Just chomping at your hard drive. Like
200,
Pac-Man.
I heard.
Jesus Christ,
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
At least
Pretty much your entire hard drive.
Microsoft Flight Simulator has the excuse of we're streaming real-world locations to your machine,
and
you can
actual weather,
download
too.
it and weather.
Yeah.
Man, that game can be a potato sometimes, but it looks really gorgeous.
It looks
sometimes.
incredible. It's hard to get mad at it because you're
Yeah.
like, why is it taking so long? Oh, right.
It's simulating Earth. We're not talking about this anymore because we're in the next segment. But I totally used the cheat to raise my altitude to the space.
Nice.
That was really cool.
That sounds fun.
So yeah, there are a couple of games that stuck out to me. Scourgebringer.
Scourgebringer has been on my wish list, I think, for a couple months now.
That's cool.
I think it's in early. I think it's available in early access. I think, at least that is on. It's on Steam for early access, if I remember correctly.
Well, why don't you get it?
I don't know. I'm not completely sold on it, even though it looks pretty good.
Okay. Let's see. There was Aeon Drive, which kind of gave me. I don't kind of like, let's say, Final Fantasy 15 warp striking as the platforming element of the game.
Yes. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like you switch places with whatever you're throwing.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad mechanic to put into a 2D game either. So
no, it looked pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Definitely the type of game I could see, trying to get like a nice perfect line in. And the company that makes it logo looks like a GameCube. I just thought I'd throw that in there for no good reason. Because, when your logo looks like a GameCube, I guess you should be pointed out.
Yeah.
So I thought that one, out of the ones that I watched, I thought that one probably looked the coolest. Then I picked out Blade Assault.
That was cool.
I like my 2D games where the numbers pop off the enemies. I'm kind of like Theo in that way. Yep. So there's not a lot of life bars and a lot of enemies and a lot of numbers.
Looks great. I love a side-scrolling action game like that.
Yeah,
I love.
And know what? It felt like it could also be like Metroidvania-y, but you don't really have too much to go on in the trailer of if it's just pure action.
Like unless you see a map, you never know.
That's
or
true.
Exploration based, yeah. But
the map's usually a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like the sprite work in this game, from what I've seen, is kind of distinct from like the sprite work that we've been getting lately. I thought it kind of stuck out
a little bit.
It does have that. I've seen games like this. Yeah, I've seen games that have this style. Was it Black Future '88 was kind of like this. Shit, what else was like this?
There are things.
There are other things like this, yeah. But it didn't detract that it looked pretty cool.
Let's see here. I also was taking a look at The Last Spell, which is a tactical RPG.
Oh, yeah.
This game, again, nice isometric sprite work view, and there's some scenes in this. It's actually a gameplay clip that I saw. I didn't see a trailer. There's some scenes in it where there's just a ton of enemies on the map, and I'm just like, what is going on here? Like, your characters are getting surrounded left, right. It's just like there was on the last scene that they showed, there's just like maybe 50 enemies on the screen, and it's just, I have not played a tactical RPG like real time strategy, sure, but not like Final Fantasy Tactics style.
Yeah, it's nice to see a return to that kind of style, like the Disgaea FF Tactics style.
So to have that enemy count in a turn-based tactics game is insane.
Yeah,
because I could definitely feel that there would be a lot of desperate moments in that game, which you don't normally get in that genre.
There's a lot of really cool-looking 2D games that came out of this that really jumped out at me, or like at least 2D gameplay plane. Like some of them had were definitely 3D rendered, but had the 2D 2.5D is what they call it.
Right.
Is what it's called. Like what was that game? Fist.
Yes.
Fist.
What was the full name of that? Fist. Forged in Shadow something. Forged in Shadow Torch. I don't know why they couldn't come up with something that it's like you're a tiny little rabbit and you have this giant mechanical fist. And well, I don't know why it's a tiny little rabbit, but hey, whatever. I guess they want it small and large.
Maybe they just, needed to call the game Fist because that was what you had.
I don't know. Maybe they just understand that rabbit tank is best match.
Are you ready?
This looked like a nice little 2D side-scrolling Metroidvania style where you get to punch things with an enormous fist.
I'm in.
And it looked really cool, and I was all about it.
Yeah, I'm in.
It looked like it reminded me a lot of Shadow Complex and Strider.
Shadow Complex is a very good game to look like.
So was Strider.
Yeah.
Strider was awesome.
Yeah. More Strider than Shadow Complex, but still look really good.
Those are two very, very good Metroidvania games.
Yeah. There was this, what was it? The,
Bushido.
No, the Bushido thing was part of this, what was like a Humble Games thing?
Yeah, Humble Games.
Where they just showed like a ton of shit that looked really cool.
Awesome.
All of it looked good.
All of it was 2D games.
Oh,
this is a 2D games conference right here.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, at
one
least
that
it is on our end.
Yeah. The one that jumped out at me most is a game called Bushiden, which is just basically a clone of Shinobi.
It's Shinobi. It's Shinobi
Genesis,
4.
It's Genesis Shinobi.
Yeah, it is Shinobi 4.
Yeah.
Like, it is essentially Shinobi 4.
It looks great.
It looks a lot like Shinobi 3, and that's a good thing.
It looks like a ton of fun.
Yeah.
I want to play that very, very badly.
Yeah,
and those are the two games that jumped out at me. Game that has my attention was this Spellbreak, which looks like a sort of like a wizard action arena style thing, third person action thing, multiplayer. Yes. I'm looking at it, it doesn't look so bad. It's got this, I don't know if I want to call it an Overwatch clone or Paladins clone or something like that, but there's a ton of games like this now. This is a thing.
Yeah.
But it's really colorful. I liked what I saw. It looks really fast. It reminds me a lot of Overwatch. But so it's coming out September 3rd, I think. And
that's like
that's like next week.
That's like 3 days from now.
Yeah, that's gonna come out when this podcast will probably release.
So I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna keep my attention on it, and if it's any good, I'll give it a shot. We'll see what the people say. I don't know where I'll be able to play it though, but
I'll figure it out.
Maybe I won't be able to play it at all.
Maybe not.
You can play it. You just don't want to involve Epic.
Yeah, that's true. It is on Epic, isn't it? Let me see. Yep, it's on Epic. Yeah. Well, it's on everything and Epic. So I could theoretically play it.
Like if it wasn't on Steam but it was on GOG, would you get it?
Maybe. GOG, yeah, probably, because GOG has never taken my, GOG has never compromised my financial information before. So, yeah, I do own several games on GOG. So, yeah, I would play it on GOG. I would.
Okay. This is a random question.
Yeah.
So there are a couple of good things on or around this that looked interesting. We can't go through all of them.
Yeah, more stuff we already heard about.
Many.
Yeah, it's insane.
This crazy Star Wars Sims 4 thing. Sims 4 will never die.
Nope.
Never.
EA will never let it. Yeah. More interesting things about Star Wars Squadron. Okay, if you haven't been sold by now, this thing isn't going to change your mind.
I'm pretty stoked on that game. I'm not gonna lie. Like I genuinely am. I like it. I like its price point. I don't necessarily trust EA yet about it, but I'm probably not going to get it on launch. I'm going to wait and see and kind of see what their DLC plans look like. But
I'll probably end up getting this on launch. If the hype sticks.
It is promising.
Yeah,
it is, because
promising is a good word for it, and that's a dangerous word too.
I know, and that's what makes me upset. But because I'll be honest, on launch, I will have people to play this with. Mm-hmm. I can play with you. I can play with Tim. I have a gaming PC now, so I can actually play with people.
We can add actual squadron.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe I don't know. We'll see. If we all are like, hey, let's fucking do it. Let's all jump in. I'll play it. But,
yes.
We'll see how it goes.
We need to get you a good. Yeah, we need to get you a good mouse. Oh yeah, did.
Homie.
What'd you get? Oh, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good.
I'm good.
What is that? Logitech?
Yes.
Okay.
G900.
G series. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're good. You're good.
It's good, baby. Don't worry.
You're fine.
As long as you have buttons on the side.
That's all that matters.
Buttons on the side.
All these
sensitivity. Wheel lock.
Yeah. There's all these fancy mice, but the best mouse I think I ever had. You remember Mass Effect 2 What was that? What was the name of that character? The DLC character, the one with the scar on his face.
Oh,
Zayed.
Zayed. Yeah.
Zayed. Yeah. So I remember he's talking. He gives this anecdote where he's like, "I got all this high tech weaponry, but like the best gun I ever owned was this shitty rifle that jammed half the time." Right.
I remember that.
Yeah. That connected with me because the best mouse I ever had was this Microsoft mouse that had just 4 buttons, just up to right click,
right
left
where you
click.
need them.
Yeah,
yep.
Button on the side, button on the other side.
Yeah,
and it was great.
I
loved it, and I still have it, and it still works. I think.
Yeah, Tim gave me that mouse, and I actually have a decent Logitech one as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but yeah. So I actually think I like this one a little more sometimes. But
what was that? Microsoft
my mouse
Telemouse?
Is colorful.
Yeah, this one has colors.
Yeah, it was a Microsoft Telemouse.
Yeah.
Best mouse I ever owned.
The flashy, shiny thing.
Yeah.
Good job.
Mm-hmm.
So Gamescom. Woo.
Yeah.
Mad game, Joe.
We can't go through all of it, but there's a lot.
There's so much. It's a ton.
Even if we did, we'd have time.
And so much of it, we just don't care.
Wow. I mean, it's cool. Look, Medal of Honor's back. Some people are gonna like that. We've all moved on from Medal of Honor.
I don't care about new Call of Duty.
We've all moved on from Call of Duty.
No, we have, not the rest of the world.
Well, yeah. Look, there's gonna be a new Call of Duty every year.
Yes.
We know this. People are gonna buy it. People are gonna play it. We're not gonna care. It's going to be a big franchise. It's going to get all the press, whatever, Annual Call of Duty, whatever. It'll be there.
Dragon Age 4.
Dragon Age 4 in this era of Bioware. Excuse me. In this era of Bioware, I don't know. Yeah. I didn't play anything past Dragon Age 2, and Dragon Age 2 left me feeling like I didn't want to play Dragon Age anymore.
Sure, you played 3, didn't you? Inquisition?
No, I played Origins, and I'm like, I don't like this game.
Oh, okay, right.
I've never touched it. I've never touched the rest of it. I've heard that people love Inquisition.
A lot of people like that game a lot. I heard it was not like 2. It was very much a truer sequel than 2 was.
I was just like, man, I don't see the appeal of this game, and just let it go. I was like, no, I don't know. I don't think this one's for me.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that could be for me, man, there's some DC stuff that dropped that I was just like, wow, these look good.
The DC stuff last week, yeah.
I was just like, did DC decide to just have a Nintendo Direct?
Yes, essentially.
And apparently, yeah, they did. They're just like, here's all the shit we're doing.
There was one thing they showed that day that I didn't give a shit about, and it was obviously the Justice League Snyder Cut. It was like,
oh yeah, they did show that.
But
everything I saw.
I couldn't believe it. So much. I was like, I haven't been this positive about DC, and this is like, I don't know. I have feelings on where they're headed as a publishing company. But...
look, we all know DC does one thing, and that's own Batman.
Yep.
That's what they do.
Yeah, I'm aware. Trust me, they never let us forget.
Or is that Warner Brothers, actually?
Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Well, Warner Brothers owns DC, who owns Batman.
Who owns Batman. Yeah, DC controls Batman creatively.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'll be the thing that got me the most hype from this was Gotham Knights. I'm fucking stoked. I know it's I understand that it's coming with that. Let's see. They're doing the games as a service thing.
I love the way it looks.
Yeah,
I love the way, and I'll tell you exactly why. Because it has dark atmosphere and like bright, glowy animated effects, and it looks so good in contrast.
Yes,
it looks so good in contrast. I absolutely love that. I love dark background, neon foreground.
Same here. Yep.
Love it. Love that aesthetic.
I'm happy. I was terrified when I saw the initial lineup. I was like, oh god, that better be Tim Drake as Robin. It is. I was like, okay.
Playable Tim Drake is Robin.
Tim Drake is Robin. Fucking
Nightwing. There you go.
This right now, this looks like it was the proper sequel to Arkham Knight.
Yes.
Especially considering the name. But then But then Barbara Gordon is Batgirl.
Well,
it's
not. It's different. They've actually confirmed it's different continuity.
That's fine. I don't
confirm it's different continuity. It's fine. I don't care.
I don't care.
Either.
It's a comic book story. You hit the reset button every now and then.
Yeah, and they told the Arkham trilogy, whatever, told the story that it needed to tell, or they wanted to tell, and they finished it the way they wanted to, and
they left it on a cliffhanger that has not been resolved.
Yeah, but it's whatever, right? I remember that was always my big thing. It's like all I fucking wanted was to play as the goddamn sidekicks. Batman is surrounded by characters that are cooler than him. sorry, not sorry on that, but like Tim Drake has one of the coolest fucking stories of superhero origin stories of all time. He fucking figured out who Batman was, okay, and was like, hey, I think you're kind of messed up because of what happened to Jason Todd. I think you need a Robin. And his initial try was to get Dick Grayson to become Robin again, and Dick's like, nope, fuck that.
I'm doing it.
not in.
I've done that before.
I can't. We're gonna kill each other. I can't. Right? And then
for many different reasons in different mediums.
And Dick was just like, maybe you should do it, Tim. And Tim's like, what? No. Huh? What? And then he fucking becomes Robin.
Fucking does it.
And Tim Drake is the best Robin. Like, as Robin.
Tim Drake is the best Robin.
He's the best Robin.
Even though Dick Grayson is Robin, Tim Drake is the best Robin.
Yes.
Dick Grayson should just be Nightwing forever now.
Dick Grayson is Nightwing.
He's Nightwing. And
he's earned his own mantle.
Yeah.
He is graduated.
It's such a perfect fit for that character and who he is personally.
There's not many sidekicks who've managed to graduate from sidekick, are there?
No,
Dick Grayson is definitely one of those people.
Mm-hmm. And like, there's a whole middle generation of DC heroes that kind of did that, and they're
I guess Wally West did it for a while.
Yeah, Wally West was the Flash, dude.
Yeah,
was the Flash. End of story. No, not Barry Allen. And all they did was co-opt Barry Allen into being more like Wally West.
Yeah,
in every other medium. Anyway, I'm not. Stop pulling the zip cord. I'm not.
Well, we're talking about DC, okay?
Look, I want to be positive because I saw a bunch of really good things that DC's doing, and I want to be positive about that because it's like want to reward the good behavior.
Even that, are we done? Do you have more to say about Arkham Knights? Because I want
to. The gameplay looks really cool.
Looks cool.
The team up moves look awesome.
Yep.
The fact that our team up moves are all
the fact that it is co-op is fucking fantastic. I really like the idea of being able to play through as these four characters.
Yeah, the only thing that concerns me is the style, the type of game it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The game is a service.
Yeah, it's like looter shootery and service and.
Look, if they do it,
I think we can give them a shot to see how.
I'm not. Listen, this looks too good for me to give up on right away.
Same here. That's why, I'm very stoked on the premise. I am, I have an eyebrow up, but I'm very happy, and that's kind of like, it's like, okay, all right. I don't know about this thing here, but I like literally everything else about this.
Yeah.
And, the costumes, the initial costumes I'm not a fan of, but that's a fucking thing they'll fix. I don't care.
I feel like they got pretty much everybody down, and it's a little weird that Robin's wearing a hoodie, but whatever.
Yeah, the hoodie, and I honestly, I actually don't like the Red Hood costume. It's probably one of the weakest designs.
You know what the issue is here? The issue is that just like how everybody complained about the White Spider in Spider-Man 4.
Yeah.
I mean, or Marvel Spider-Man,
whatever
it's actually called. I'm sorry. There's just going to be more costumes in the game.
I know, that's why
you can get the exact look you want.
And that's why this is a nitpick, and I know that. Right. I don't care.
I see things like that, and I see people getting worked up, and I'm just like, have you played a single superhero game in existence?
And I love this costume anyway. This costume grew on me.
That costume really grew on me, too.
It grew on me like a fucking weed. I think it's fantastic.
Even though I never used it because I was just able to switch all the time.
Yeah, that was the coolest part. I would use that one once in a while, but I would switch between the other ones. Big time. Spider-Punk. Come on. Scarlet Spider.
I know that you used freaking Spider-Punk. That was like the worst one.
How dare you?
And you loved it.
I do.
Terrible.
I rocked Iron Spider. That looked amazing in the game.
It looked great in the game. Yeah. Even though I was just like, freaking stark garbage. But I was like, yeah, fine.
Anything even Stark adjacent stuff.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on War Machine?
I like Rhodey.
Yeah, Rhodey's shit.
All right. And Rhodey likes Tony Stark, so how do you feel?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I like people who like dumb things. Joe.
Okay.
Likes us.
Way to turn that into a bird, man.
All right.
that was unnecessary.
Everybody likes dumb things.
Yeah, we all like dumb shit. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you like Kamen Rider. That's dumb as fuck.
Hey, it is. Look, I'm not gonna defend it. I love it.
Smarter than
Dumb.
Sentai, at least.
It doesn't matter. Like, there's a lot of dumb shit. I'm sure I love a lot of dumb shit.
Right? You know it is dumb shit.
Like
rabbits.
I still follow Magic the Gathering. That's really fucking dumb.
Oh,
out
it's
of me.
it's
Magic the
dumb
Gathering
right
is not dumb. Is not dumb for a different reason.
Ooh,
it's dumb.
yeah.
It's like what the hell are they doing? Kind of dumb.
Yo, I heard that game is on fire right now, and not in a good way.
You probably heard that from my post that I made on Facebook.
Oh, not just on yours. Like it was yours and hearing EJ bitch about it.
I'm like,
oh my
wow, they
God.
have 10 banned cards in Standard right now.
Yikes.
Hey Joe, when did we play? During Necropotence and freaking like Tolarian Academy
Tolarian
combo?
Academy, yeah.
Tolarian Academy.
They never had 10 banned cards in a Standard before?
Like that was the worst. It was Type 2 back then. Like Jesus.
Yeah.
They never had 10. The closest they got was 9 cards in Mirrodin, but 6 of them were lands.
And lands are always broken.
And it was just like, yeah, we made artifact lands in an artifact set, and we didn't really think about it.
You know,
and they're really broken.
The problem is power creep, and as the game goes on, it's only going to get worse because you can't go back.
Yeah,
you can't go back.
Nope.
Well, the problem is that they started really powerful.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know what they were doing, and then they brought it down because they're like, "Wow, this is way too powerful. We better not do this shit." And then it just slowly started going up, and then they were like, at one point they go, "You know, we have to release some really bad sets to make this.
Yeah, it's gonna
balance out." And that's like when you don't want to play that game,
right? Because like Fallen Empires nearly tanked the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that there are plenty of times they've done it.
Homelands.
It was like, man, Ice Age is really strong. We can't release a good set for like another 3 years.
then there was Ice Age, Homelands, and then look, Urza block. Here you go. Oh, Tempest block, right?
It was Tempest block first.
Also pretty good. Yeah.
And before that, there was the Mirage block.
Oh, that was Mirage, Tempest, and then that's right.
Mirage Visions. And then whatever. Anyway,
whatever.
DC.
Look. I'm looking forward to that Magic the Gathering video game and that Netflix series too. So
yeah, that could be cool.
Fun. That should be fun. Yeah.
So the other DC stuff that we saw was the Suicide Squad video game trailer.
Is fun as hell.
Oh, did you catch Samoa Joe in it?
Yeah, King Shark.
King Shark. Samoa Joe.
Oh, that's
Samoa Joe.
Trailer. That shit, that movie trailer looked. I love that they were just. Once I saw Jovelin, I was like, oh wow, we're really fucking. We're doing the deep pulls, huh? We're gonna see how far the bottom of the pit goes in DC, and that's a big fucking pit.
Well, they put Captain Boomerang in a video game, so.
You know what I didn't like about
Boomerang.
it?
What?
You know, I didn't like about it, and like they foreshadowed it because like the teaser trailer, the teaser image, I should say, was a Suicide Squad logo on Superman's face, right? Yeah. So I was just like, okay, well, obviously you're going up against Superman at some point, but like they made like evil Superman, and I'm just like, I feel like evil Superman is so lazy and
I don't think it's evil Superman. I think it's mind controlled Superman.
Yeah, he's brainwashed.
Yeah, sure, but like he's still like bad guy Superman.
It's that thing that I rolled my eyes at once I saw the poster, and I was like, oh.
Well, that's the premise is that you're up against impossible odds. And what is more impossible odds? The DC universe.
And fighting Superman.
I don't know. Sure. Batman does it all the time.
Look, Batman would be like, throw a rock at him, a big rock.
Rock at him.
I mean, you might be able to get the same style of thing if you put like Shazam, Captain Marvel in there, but like.
Look, from a gameplay perspective, and I said this before, I think it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
And it has the right tone of like just kind of like being kind of silly, and that's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm happy they're keeping it light in that way, even though the premise is kind of heavy.
Also,
and they got the game out of Gotham.
Yeah, they did. It's very bright and it's in the daytime, in contrast to Arkham Knight. And the whole premise of Captain Boomerang versus Superman
is dumb.
It's really absurd, and I love absurdity like that.
They gave him
what can you do?
They gave him, and Captain Boomerang doesn't have super speed in the comics.
Well, otherwise, just has he has a boomerang.
No, I mean his son does, who becomes Captain Boomerang for a while. Oh, and then they got rid of that character because
okay.
Too.
All right.
Anyways, rant over. I love Captain Boomerang, so I'm excited. Digger's a piece of shit, and he's my favorite.
He definitely had the most personality in this.
He was one of the standouts of the Suicide Squad movie too.
Yeah.
Like Jai Courtney was amazing he was such a piece of shit. It was great. Like the moment he could get away, he did. and like he ran out. Like Joel Kinnaman is like Rick Flag, like takes off their bomb collars and shit, and the moment inside he just runs out of the building, and they're just like, what an asshole. And it's fucking perfect. But yeah, I'm tentatively excited. It's a while off.
Yeah, if the trailer is any indication how the game is gonna play,
4-player co-op.
Yeah, it looks kind of promising. I mean, they're kind of it's weird that they're doing two games that have like similarities like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, one is Rocksteady and the other is WB Montreal. And
Rocksteady is the Arkham Knight one, right?
Yeah. They made the Arkham trilogy, and Origins was made by WB Montreal.
Oh, okay. So Origins people liked, and Rocksteady has one strike out of two. So yeah.
And Origins, I think is an underrated game. I think that game is very good.
Yeah, I think the issue with Origins is that it wasn't as sharp as Rocksteady's games, but the boss fights were so much better.
Incredible. And the story was great. That game was a good fucking game. I think that game is like that game got a lot of 7s, and I honestly thought it was better than that.
It's really hard. It's really hard to live up to Arkham City,
understandably,
and to come back from Arkham Knight. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty excited. This is fresh stuff, and
it's all Batman though.
I mean, what else is new?
Yeah, I know. Well, you can't. It's like DC has so many characters that are just like stupidly overpowered.
Yeah,
you couldn't realistically make a video game off of it.
You know what? Fire your people. No, I'm serious. Like, I'm so sick of that. I'm so sick of that fucking excuse. I'm sick of hearing it in fucking movies. I'm sick of hearing about the fucking video games. Okay? Zack Snyder fucking killed Superman, Batman vs. Superman, because he didn't know what to fucking do with them in Justice League. The moment your director says that, you fire him. You're like, get out. Get the fuck out. Like, what do you mean you don't know what to fucking do with Superman? Get the fuck out. Okay?
Yeah, and what are you doing making a movie?
Yeah, I'm out. Like, that...
I don't even know why Superman even needs to exist, because it just turned Batman into Superman.
Well, here's what I'm trying to say. Give me more Plastic Man.
Yes.
You've been saying that for years.
Plastic Man's shit.
Fucking love Plastic Man.
That's not wrong. Plastic Man is awesome. And Batman really wanted to
unironically, my favorite superhero is Plastic Man. Is the shit.
E.L. O'Brien is amazing. Plastic Man fucking rules.
Yes.
I'm completely on Joe's side for this.
Okay.
Right for those goofy sunglasses, I was hooked. I'm like, this guy.
Yep.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
Show me more of him.
He could have walked off a 70s TV show. I fucking love Plastic Man, too.
Yep.
So, yeah, saw that. The Suicide Squad movie trailer looked fun.
Yep.
Not as good as the Batman one.
Oh, that looks fucking good.
Like, man. I was not expecting that. I'm like, this is a fan trailer, right?
That looks great.
This is a fan trailer, right?
Riddler, detective story. Sign me up.
Man. As long as they stick with the detective story thing and they don't just go into the let's just start blowing everything up thing.
No, they're taking a grounded approach for this movie, and they have said as much. And it looks like they're doing that thing where it's like they're just doing a soft world build, as they go along, and I'm very excited for that. I think that's really cool. I honestly, wasn't one of those people. I didn't care that they cast Pattinson because he hates Twilight more than everybody else.
Listen, he existed before Twilight
and after.
He's fine. Robert Pattinson's fine.
I think he looks pretty good.
I think he looks great. I think the costume looks awesome, and apparently, that's not even going to be the final costume. We might get something. We might get full black and gray later, which I'm beyond excited for if that's the case. But I think that trailer looks really fantastic. Like I said, Detective Batman, the one thing that they have never done in a movie.
The world's greatest detective needs a detective story.
Yes, and we're getting that, and the Riddler is the literal perfect villain for that.
Hey, Chris, I got a question for you. What's the name of the comic where Batman made his first appearance?
Detective Comics.
Detective Comics.
I wonder what DC stands for, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
District of Columbia.
Yep, that's it.
That's it. Got it in one.
Direct current.
And also speaking of DC, that Wonder Woman trailer looked. Oi!
84?
The 84,
I'm excited. I love Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I think she fucking rules. I loved that first movie. It does fall apart in the third act, but overall it was so fucking good I didn't care.
Kind of like every DC movie, though, right?
Yeah, they all kind of do a little bit. Even the best ones kind of fall apart in the third act. But it's not egregious and it does not ruin the film, in any way. And when she's fucking lassoing fucking lightning bolts, and I'm like, okay, all right, I'm fucking in.
You got to remember who she is. She's descended from the Greeks, right?
Yeah. And they also, what's really cool too, and this is a thing that they did in the animated movie, the DC, the original DC one from 2007, which if you guys haven't watched, is fucking excellent. Nathan Fillion plays Steve Trevor on it, and Kerry Russell is Wonder Woman, and it's fucking great. But the movie mostly takes place in DC, and I like that.
Washington DC.
Yeah, Washington DC, and I like that imagery of using that. Because of all the fucking pillars and Greek and Roman style architecture that's present in Washington D.C. Mm-hmm. So I setting Wonder Woman in that setting is fucking great, and that is an easy win for me every time. And I saw a bunch of that in this trailer, and it really made me excited. I'm super stoked. I think I'm very excited for this.
I just need to figure out a way to watch movies right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta see Bill and Ted.
Yeah,
I gotta see Bill and Ted.
Yeah, you
gotta.
Yeah, we gotta. It's gotta happen.
What do I do? I don't know. I don't know how to watch movies. I don't know how. Stress.
I heard some movie theaters are going to let people in for 15 cents if you want to, sit in a movie theater with people.
Yeah. I just want to see Bill and Ted. That's all I want. We got to figure out how to watch it.
They want to see you too, Joe.
Yes, they do.
But, might be dangerous to watch a 2-hour movie in enclosed space. But, hey, let's open up the schools.
Yep. Anyways. Yeah. So, DC doing things.
Yeah. This
Good
is
things.
probably the first time in years, almost.
Overwhelming
when did
positivity.
Arkham City come out?
2011.
11?
Yeah, never forget.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, never forget. Never forget. Same year as Skyrim. Never forget.
That freaking,
that's right.
The freaking
Never forget.
title screen. Oh, God, so good. October 18th, 2011. It's the first time in almost 10 years that I've been
Maybe I should play that again.
About
yes.
DC.
Yeah, I should play that again.
I thought about it the other day.
That sounds like a good playthrough.
I was staring at my Arkham games. I was like, I could just play these again.
I went back to Arkham Asylum for a while. I stopped, but it holds up.
Of course it does.
And if Arkham Asylum holds up,
and City holds up.
Yeah.
I played through City 4 times. That game holds up.
And I don't like Arkham Knight as much as those two, but it has its moments.
That game is great. It has problems.
It's not like it's bad.
No,
it's not
it
a
is
bad
not.
game. It's
It is not bad.
It's
by
not
any
as good
stretch.
as City or
Yes.
Asylum.
Yeah, it had the unfortunate displeasure of having to follow up City.
Right.
Which
also shoehorning Joker into the game when they probably should have just
let it go.
Not.
Yeah, they already resolved that in the previous game. There's you have other Batman things to do,
Yeah, we don't have to always be chasing Joker.
Get a little more obscure. Get a little more mod. You could do Court of Owls or Hush or something like that.
Or just let your secret Arkham Knight character be the main villain.
Or just give it to the Riddler. Or just give the game to the Riddler.
Mm-hmm.
Let him run with it, you know?
Or Scarecrow, like it was like we thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
But Scarecrow was technically the
plenty
main
of
villain
Plenty of Batman villains you can go to. Plenty.
A lot of Batman villains.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely has the what is it? The Rogues
Gallery.
Rogues Gallery.
He is the best Rogues Gallery.
Yeah.
It's him and followed pretty closely by Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Those are the two.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah.
Although Spider-Man really has those guys that they just really hate him and will.
Oh yeah. Like Spider-Man gets
you idiots. He's used to us trying to fight him 7-on-1. Please
that.
fight him one at a time.
That was one of my favorite fucking comic moments of all time. Norman Osborn is running the Thunderbolts. Okay. And they're like, let's just all smash him at the same time. It's like, are you stupid? Like, no, don't. They're like, wow, I don't understand. They're like, look, this kid has literally been fighting. Like, there have been teams of supervillains to fight him, and he beats them every time. You have to wear him down one at a time. You all attack him at once, he's going to kick the shit out of you. It's fucking brilliant.
He's going to use you against each other, and he's going to stomp you.
Yeah. It's always that, like, I always love that, like, dangerous side to Spider-Man that people, like, it's there. It's buried, but it's there.
Like, doesn't Marvel Zombies start with Spider-Man being, like, unhinged?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yeah, it's a
problem. That is a problem.
Nick Fury, one of the best things in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 is like, when like you read everybody's like files and whatnot. Nick Fury has a file on Nick Fury's file on Spider-Man is like, I had to exploit this kid's guilt because honestly I'm terrified of him because I've like the amount of people that he has brought down is insane. He's like, and he comes out on top every time. Every time. And I haven't seen anybody been punched on this much. And that terrifies me. So I need to, like, kind of keep an eye on this kid. And I love that. It's like, don't underestimate Spider-Man. He will fuck you up. He's always taking it easy on you. So good.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Also, if you can bring this image up, just to remind everybody about how great Arkham City is. Check out in the Discord.
I hate, goddamn it, right?
All right, hang on, it's coming. Don't worry.
Oh my God,
we got to bring this up because this is a pinnacle Arkham City perfection right here.
God, this box art.
There it is.
Oh,
there it is. Quite possibly one of the best box. The only thing that would make this better box art is if they put and Knuckles.
I
right
mean,
after
you
Batman,
look at it,
and then put the featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series emblem right there under the 5 out of 5, one of the greatest games ever, and then tear off the top corner and put new funky mode. That's the only thing that can make this.
I mean, you look at this picture, and Batman is literally trying to squeeze into it.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?"
Like, "Oh my God, I cut my arm on this logo."
Yeah. It's so bad.
It's so one of the greatest covers of all time.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
It's a fucking, it's a goddamn tragedy. That
I want to know who greenlit that. Who saw that and said, "Yes, this is what was put on the cover of our game."
Oh,
not me. I didn't decide that.
The original cover is so much nicer.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Let's
go.
Yeah, I think that was it.
It's late. We're done.
Yeah.
Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit, Instagram, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, or whatever the hell it is. YouTube, obviously. You can email us at 4205cast@gmail.com. We exist there. We'll talk to you sometimes.
You can yell at us about our shitty opinions.
Or praises for our good opinions.
Yes.
Thank you, Chris.
Nah, we don't need any praise.
We do. I need it. I need validation. I need it. I am so desperate for it. I am so lonely. Please tell me my opinions mean something to you.
Please email us. Let Joe know. Let Joe know that you care about what we think.
Okay.
That got weird.
So let's pretend that whole desperation thing didn't happen.
It happened.
4205 cast off.